First game up is the Eagles versus Packers at 4:30 on Sunday. I think the Eagles will take this game easily. Let me explain my reasons why. Jalen Hurts should be finally returning from his concussion he suffered back in Washington, and although he hasn't played in a couple weeks, the team hasn't lost a beat. Even with the backups playing, Philly should be able to capitalize on the Packers' injuries. Jordan Love hurt his shoulder last week. They say he's playing, but obviously he's not 100%. They're also missing a lot of key players like Christian Watson due to an injury the last week of the season. The Packers started their first string and they paid the price for it. Now they will head into the playoffs this year without a healthy roster. When Philadelphia has almost all their guys healthy, it's obvious this game will be a high-scoring one for Philadelphia. I don't think Green Bay will be able to keep up with this offense, especially with Saquon Barkley. It's going to be a rough day for Green Bay fans, and I believe the Eagles will take this one 31-10 over the Packers in the wild card game. The Eagles will move on to the divisional round. Next up, we have the Commanders versus Buccaneers at Tampa Bay. The Commanders are coming off a thrilling win to take the number 6 seed in the playoffs, while the Buccaneers were able to win their division and land the number 3 seed in the playoffs. This game will be played in Tampa Bay, and although the Buccaneers have home field advantage, I don't think they'll be able to pull off any magic this year. Jayden Daniels will get his first glimpse of the playoffs, and I believe he'll do exceptionally well for his first ever playoff start. I have the Commanders winning this game not only because of their high-powered offense, but Jayden Daniels has proven himself to be a winner, especially in moments where he has to rise to the occasion, and ultimately put a nail in the coffin for the Buccaneers fans. And the Buccaneers will have to make sure their defense comes to play, because if not, it'll be a rough day for the Tampa Bay fans. I believe the Commanders are going to win this game 27-24 in a close thriller, and the Commanders will move on to face the Detroit Lions in the divisional round of the playoffs. Next, we have the Vikings versus Rams. The Rams shocked a lot of people this year with how well they were able to perform, and ultimately, I don't think they're good enough to beat the Vikings. However, Sam Darnold is playing lights out for this team, and I can't see them being first-round exits with how well their season went. The Vikings are the better team on paper here. The Rams could wind up upsetting the Vikings, but I don't think so. I believe the Vikings will win this game, and it will be easy fashion, 24-7. Stafford hasn't played up to expectations this year, and he slowly began to taper off. The Vikings have a great defense and an offense that is nearly unstoppable when clicking. Rams fans, this is a good season to build off of, and you'll be back in the playoffs next year, but you are not winning this game. I'm sorry. The Vikings will move on to play the Philadelphia Eagles in the divisional round. If you guys like this type of content, please make sure to leave a like and subscribe on this video, and leave me any suggestions on future videos or just anything in general on how I can improve my videos. Next, let's get into the AFC side of things. The Broncos versus Bills. Many fans around the league did not expect rookie quarterback Bo Nix to play as good as he did this season. I was very high on him coming out of the draft, and what he's been able to blossom into has been really exciting for this team. Looks like a real franchise quarterback, and it's exciting to see what the future holds for the Denver Broncos and this kid for years to come. This is a great season for a team who hasn't made the playoffs since 2016, and it's a year to build off of. Yeah, you heard that right. They haven't been to the playoffs since the 2016 year when they won the Super Bowl. For that reason, the Bills are obviously going to win this game. Josh Allen just has too much playoff experience, especially compared to a guy like Bo Nix, who's just coming in the league. Josh Allen's been around a couple rodeos before. You know, he's played Mahomes in the playoffs. And for that reason, I just have to give the Bills this game, especially because this game's playing at Buffalo too. It's going to be a lot harder to win in Buffalo in their atmosphere with the fans. And Allen is constantly taking his team far in the playoffs. You know, he might not be able to beat Mahomes and get to the big game, but this team is way better than the Denver Broncos, and everyone knows this. I believe the Bills will win 35-24 in a late shootout, but I also believe Bo Nix proves himself as a guy who will eventually win in the future. You know, he's going to have a good game where it's like, wow, you know, they really have something in this kid where he will be able to lead this team. And that's what I think, you know. They have a good roster, though. I like both of these teams here, but I have to go with the Bills. Next, we have the Steelers versus Ravens. The Steelers are coming off a 4-game losing streak entering the playoffs, and their momentum has completely been drained. The team isn't playing like it was during their 10-3 stretch. and this is a constant issue for the Steelers franchise for almost feels like a near decade. Mike Tomlin has not been able to have a successful season, it feels like, in a while, even though he's been to the playoffs. The team looks good throughout the regular season half the time, but they come out to be frauds in the playoffs, and I'm sorry, Steelers fans, but Lamar Jackson is going to completely dismantle the Steelers defense, and the Ravens are just too high powered for this Steelers team to handle, and they won't be able to catch up to this offense. And I also feel like the Steelers defense is just going to fold, and they won't have a good game, and they're going to allow a lot of points. Give me the Ravens 41-17, and the Ravens will move on to face the Bills in the divisional round. Last game on the list is the Chargers versus Texans, and I was extremely high on the Houston Texans this year, and honestly, I saw them as a Super Bowl favorite, but this team was not like it was last year. There's many injuries, and CJ Stroud is obviously taking a step back from his dominant rookie position. He can become the player he was developing into, but I believe they will still struggle to win a playoff game this season, especially against a well-coached Chargers team. Jim Harbaugh has an insane record in the playoffs, and don't be surprised when they take the win here. Chargers beat the Texans 21-20. Chargers will beat the Texans 21-20 to move on to face the Chiefs in the divisional round. And these are my predictions. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. I'd love to hear what you guys think. Thank you guys for watching. Peace out.